got you.
Yeah,
Good evening, everybody, and I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight to discuss some issues and things that we can work on as a community. My name is Moderator. I'm with Cocktail Maker Fraternity Incorporated. In the backyard, we have our president, Samantha Mercer. We also have Devon Copeland, the team Cox, and Christine Whitney here with our organization. We're thankful and truly humbled that you guys actually showed up today. It takes a community to society, and too many times communities fail to come together for the great good of society. This organization is not here for the sole purpose of supporting one another. We exist to improve and work for the betterment of our community. We have welcomed you all here to discuss some of the issues that are impacting us, whether it be directly or indirectly. This is the first step of many we will take to break down the barriers we face. We have a wonderful group of panelists that have volunteered their time and have made great efforts to make a difference. And I just want to introduce our moderator, Windmeyer, co-founder and executive director of Panthers Pride. Our panelist, Reverend Sonja, executive director of the Lionel Junior Center for Wellness and board chair for Unity Fellowship Church, Charlotte. Sharika McFadden, therapist and founders of We Love Incorporated. We also have Jill Phillips, owner of Hartigans Irish Club. Ilya with the awareness movement, and Cody who's a volunteer at Time Out Youth. So right now I'm going to turn it over to Shane, and we're going to get right to it.
thank you. Big round of applause, everyone, for the fact that my fraternity. I'm very pleased with the fact that we're having communication and dialogue on issues that maybe make some of us feel uncomfortable, because I think through discomfort we learn. And that's when we're most challenged, right? It's through that uncomfortability. So I'm very pleased, and I appreciate being invited, as I'm sure all the panelists do, in this wonderful opportunity to engage around dialogue. And they've come up with several great questions here tonight. One of the things I want to start out with is what is actually in your program, though. George Bernard Shaw once said, the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. And I think that happens in every community. But particularly here in the Queen City in Charlotte, right, we all assume that everyone feels welcome and invited, and that communication is taking places across, whether it be race, across socioeconomic status, across religion, faith, across gender, expression, identity, across queerness. And we all represent different identities. So that's what really tonight's panel is, to engage in whatever questions you want. It's a penny for your thoughts. And some of our thoughts, are worth a penny, some worth a nickel, who knows, right? You can bring some money tonight, too. But we have a fabulous panel, and I'm going to start by just asking some questions of our panelists to get them to engage. And at some point, I'm going to just go off script, and you guys can start asking questions. All of you in the house can share whatever your thoughts are. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So the first question that is posed here is really, what is your biggest what do you think the biggest complex or problem is about living in the South as a member of the LGBTQ community is? And I'm not going to go in any particular order. Anyone feel particularly motivated to maybe answer that question?
I'll be glad to start off on that question. I think as a transplant from the Washington, D.C. area, the biggest challenge, the biggest challenge was the social life when I moved here in 1999, or lack thereof, and making the connections with other people in the community. That was a huge piece for me, and it took probably 2 years before I really connected with our community. And the vehicle for that, and I'm not plugging the church, but the vehicle for that was actually the family of the Unity Fellowship Church, Charlotte. And in doing so, there were these amazing connections that happened. So that for me then and continues to be the biggest challenge.
Let's move to a next question here. I'm going to bounce around, so I'm not going to go necessarily in order. Within the LGBTQQ, you can add in IA and several other, right, whatever, however you identify, but within the queer spectrum, which which letter is less accepted by the community and why?
I'm not gonna start. I don't want to give off a negative vibe starting out. So
Okay, that's fine. You can hold back. Go ahead.
I feel all letters are unaccepted at some point. And I think we need to do more, and I think of understanding ourselves, what the letters stand for, and proclaiming that, and not seeking the differences in each other and finding similarities.
I totally agree. Because the more letters, the more acronyms we add to this, the more division we have.
Exactly.
Because what really happens is we all have had a struggle to get right to this point, right here, right now. So when we come into the LGBTQIAP community, we don't need, okay, you go in this nice little neat package, you go in this box over here, or you over there, you over there. That's what continues to divide the community. We're all a community. We all have struggles. We're all fighting for the greater cause. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't really think we need, honestly. We don't need all of that. It's irrelevant.
I really appreciate that comment. It seems like the more letters we add, like the more divided we are, because personally, I would only fit in the L category. And I would want to add another category for A or older. but that's my lived experience. So we could add letters in another one, not from around here, right? We could continue to do that. But I think as we become more united, some of the even this question will start to go away.
Now, Lawana.
Okay, so, hey everyone, so the segue was a great one. I just want to make sure that everyone understands this is not a segmented conversation just for the LGBT community. If you look at the city of Charlotte as a whole, February we have the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade. 6 years now, 7 years now, HRC has been a part of the parade. Unity Fellowship is a part of the parade. Pride Charlotte is not a part of the parade. Black Gay Pride is not a part. But that starts off the year. We have the Asian Boat Festival. We have the Irish Parade. We have the University City Parade. We have a parade every three months. We have a different segment of our diverse community, the German community represented, but you don't see all of us showing up at the different events. You don't see all of us attempting to be on the committee. I applaud you for coming back and getting involved with his reality. I know too many African Americans that have tried to be a part of Pride Charlotte Pride, and turned away. As one of the first African Americans to be involved with the Human Rights Campaign in Charlotte, it was hell. It was hell trying to get more black people to show up. They would come for 1 or 2 events, and then that's it. It was predominantly a white, gay male organization, but whether or not I was the only one or 1 or 3 blacks in the room, I was coming anyway. It's on the 80s, maybe not going to Miami, so it's a whole different story coming to Charlotte. But there's still that reality of racism is very real. It's still a great idea to say, it would be great for us to have this universal board. Here's the reality. I'm not giving up nothing. If it's mine, it's mine. I'm not sharing. That is what we have always dealt with. So unless somebody in this room is going to step up and plan to make a 1-year plus commitment to say, I'm going to commit to this. I'm going to commit to get out and meet more friends. I'm going to commit to getting my friends to come out of Scandalos and come into other events, opposed to having my friends come to Scandalos, my 1 or 2 friends come to Scandalos with me, then nothing is going to change. Because what we're saying in this room has happened, but it's happening in very small circles. So unless, seriously, people are going to commit to a year or more to do something different, this is another great conversation, and I hope everybody has our little kumbaya moment, but unless we're ready to put some action into it, I'm just saying, put some action into it. I can't do nothing else. I'm tired. And that's on the real. I've done enough. I can't do nothing else. I need to find somebody to pass the torch to, so I'm waiting for somebody to step up so I can get
A hand there and a hand there, so we'll go that direction.
Oh, my direction.
Yeah.
To Lisa's
she asked me to be a part of HRC, I had a whole lot of reservations. And when I showed up, I was just like, wow, like, there's nobody else here that looks like me. What's going on? But I gotta say, I definitely, if you get involved and you use your voice, change can happen. And nothing comes overnight, you know, but when we got to the point where the dinner actually happened, and you look around and you see 1,200 people in the room, that, you know, the magnitude of who's in the room and the connections that are made, we were walking around saying if we only had 10 tables that really represented us, that's a big message that we're sending to a national organization that's saying we are taking this money to help everybody with their human rights, with equality. So what I would challenge everybody to do is stop being so afraid. You know, if something doesn't look right, but you think part of their message is positive or you can connect with, step into that arena.
It's not a fear-based thing. It's a thing of, this is the area I come in. I think both of you guys' points is valid, but you have people, myself and my partner, we're on the grassroots end. We're in the streets doing it. We do the leg work. We unify that community. We come to your front door and we say, this is what we did on our own. Now we want the voice. We don't say, okay, let me tiptoe into your stuff and okay, I'm going to pay this little money so I can show that I'm supporting you, then you can hand me a little extra money back. No, we need to merge first, starting in the community, get a noise going, and that way we're going to get heard. Now either way could be valid, but that's just the way I choose to do it. That's how I always
feel. And you can take that and bring it there and make them see, okay, maybe we can embrace this organization.
Right. So they'll come to us instead of going to them.
We have another hand over here and then that, okay?
I want to go to another side. I want to do these for-profit businesses. We're a nonprofit, so everything that we do, we don't get anything in return. What are these for-profit businesses doing for us nonprofits that can help us be a better nonprofit? Because I understand that everybody wants a buck, but what are you willing to spare to help a nonprofit out to make sure that we get
better say that.
Right.
That's for these for-profits.
That's a good question.
What you say that, Fred? What you say, Fred?
I don't answer.
Is there some people who want to respond to that?
Well,
You're a business.
As a business, and we would like for there to be profits, but there aren't. But we didn't get into thinking we were going to make a lot of money on this bar. It was a matter of we wanted a place for all aspects of the community, straight, gay, black, white, young, old, Latin. Anybody, everybody to feel comfortable at Hartigans. And hopefully we reached out to, we have Latin nights. We've done events for Black Gay Pride. We're going to do them again this year. We've got groups coming in to host those events. And I know Samantha, the work that you do is so beneficial. It's homeless and car washes, and you guys put forth a lot of effort. And it's and same thing with Shane and Buffet and Campus Pride.
Who's Buffet?
I don't know. She's not here right now, but yeah, it's multiple sclerosis, and it's brain organization, but it's not just gay organizations or age related. It's all over the community, and that's wonderful. And what we try to do is give our space at least, like downstairs for Pride and DJing for free, and like Bethany was at Time Out Youth tonight doing a DJ workshop for like 15 of the youth,
That's cool.
And that's really the first time we've gotten involved. That's been on the agenda to try to have another fundraiser, but we try to get involved and for those events and let them have the door money. You know what I mean? So, and I know we worked with Sam in the past for some events or letting her put some stuff up and had some events there, but
I think my question,
hopefully that's.
I think my question is, sometimes you guys is, some businesses predominantly only open on the weekend. Some of the things that we do are during the week. Why charge us a fee to use your building when we're going to touch on your community? Because if I say I'm having something at Hartigans, guess what? It's not only going to be my urban side, but it's going to be my Italians going to come, my Caucasians are going to come, because guess what they say? Oh, it's at Hartigans. Hey, let's go help our side because it's at Hartigans. So my question is more or less of because we're giving back to the community, how can you give back to an org that's trying to give back to the community without it being, I can only go to AutoZone and have this car wash because I know all these people are going to be here, where I can go over here to
Napa or somewhere in Napa. You see what I'm saying?
Are you saying they would come because it's at Hartigans?
Because it's
They
at
wouldn't
Hartigans.
come for
Because it's
you
at
as a
Hartigans.
organization?
Because it's that old.
How interesting.
Yes.
You know, one thing that I've noticed, sometimes if you ask, there are certain bars that will actually promote your events to go elsewhere. Not every bar will do that, right?
They won't.
But there are some in this community that do realize that if they give, then what they get back in return will be greater. There are some. But it's hard, especially in this economy, for them to get that mindset. There's one of my talking about. Yeah, we can have. I would like to have a side conversation about I think Hartigans is one of those ones that, you know, they don't care as long as they're supporting the community.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, if Sam asks us, or you guys ask us to put something about a car wash at some other place, I mean, granted, we might not do it at another bar, so, you know, but, I mean, it's ultimately about raising money for homeless and, you know, for our community. It's about, that's what it's about. It's not about who's going where and that kind of thing. Now, I wish they would come based on just your merits alone, but if Hartigans can help offer a facility, and we don't charge a lot of those things on Friday nights. We give them all the door money and don't charge them to use the space.
Yeah, do you have a closing comment? Or?
I just want to extend something on July 22nd, which is Sunday for Charlotte Black Gay Pride. We're organizing a community park fest, right? Kind of like a party in the park, house in the park for everybody. Even though it's Charlotte Black Gay Pride weekend, we wanted to do something to kind of just bring everybody out in the open as a free event. So hearing today that there's so many nonprofits in the room that's trying to get exposure, what I'll do today is extend free vending tables for whoever talks to me tonight to be at that event.
Thank you.
I was going to make that suggestion for Pride Charlotte. We really want to come out and set up a table, and then we get to advertising this and the vending table list, and it costs hundreds of dollars for us to do that. So we end up not setting up at, so not just Pride, but Pride is probably one of the most expensive. So just as you plan in your planning, if you can reach out and pull in a couple of the smaller organizations that would reduce price, that would be very helpful.
And I would say this too, I know some of you tables are kind of thrown in a random corridor in a building where not many people wander through. And that's kind of frustrating too. And it's kind of hard when you're trying to make a difference and be seen and you're good enough in the corner. So that would definitely be nice.
Issues from last year are definitely being addressed, and things are being changed. It's a learning process. Most of the board from last year has returned for this year, myself included. I was not necessarily a board member, but now I am. And certain things such as the wind, we weren't able to advertise the wind now because the devices that we use to advertise it like literally blew away. So with things like Occupy and things like that, we're unfortunately using a term we're not going to use in the print footprint. There's a learning experience, and there are opportunities that are definitely happening. So all we ask is the communication, and we try to work the best way we can.
Thank you. I want to thank all of our panelists tonight for their time and energy. I want to thank Fraternity for organizing this. I think that's fabulous. So everyone, thank you for coming tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you.